according to Barbara Perry, professor at University of Ontario and author of Gendered Islamophobia, after the 9/11 incident on September 18th, there were about 80 reports recorded on Muslim hate crimes. On October 18th, only about a month later, there were 200 reports incident on Muslim hate crimes. This rate has gone up very much higher ever since then, and it is happening today. I will teach you guys today about Islam, and today I will teach you about Islam, and it will take away that misperception and tension that a lot of people may have with the religion and that subject. And a lot of people who have that might not even understand what Islam is or what Islam is exactly. And so by teaching that, it will hopefully change your views on it. So first, I will be talking about the Quran. And then my second idea, I'll be talking about the 5 pillars and start off with the 3 pillars of faith. And then on my last idea, I'll be talking about the last 2 pillars of faith. So let's first start off with the Quran. The Quran is the religious text of Islam. It is the revelation of God sent down from Muhammad and revealed through the angel Gabriel. And it is a guide, and it is a prophethood of Muhammad and God, and it is also shows their devotions and their practices with the religion and how they express their commitment to their God, Allah, which it's just God, but they call him Allah. And in each chapter, there's a prayer, and it's called surah. Each chapter is called a surah, and it is also divided into verses. And for example, each chapter may have a prayer. For example, the first surah is a daily prayer that Muslims have. And it is also known to be one of the finest pieces of Arabic literature. And yeah, so now that I've talked about the Quran, I will be talking about my second idea, which is the 5 pillars of faith. And the 5 pillars of faith is basically just an expression and the way that Muslims express their devotion to God. And it also shows their practices and morals and values that they have with their religion. So I'll talk about the first pillar, which is faith. And with faith, basically, it is a declaration of their faith, declaration of their love and commitment that they have to their God, Allah. Second, I'll talk about the pilgrimage to Mecca. The Hajj, which is the pilgrimage to Mecca, is basically an obligatory act for each Muslim to do at least once in their life, to make this trip to the holy city of Mecca and visit Kaaba, which is basically just like a hub of all the religion of Islam. What's the last one? This is the last one. Whoops. So yeah, the third pillar I want to talk about is prayer. Muslims pray at least they're supposed to pray 5 times a day. It starts from dawn, then morning, afternoon, evening, and nighttime. And you can pray anywhere you want. The Muslims pray according to where the Kaaba in Mecca is. And you can either stand up, sit down, or do a special sitting where they kneel down and then they don't lay on their ankles and put their hands to the floor. So now that I've talked about what the 5 pillars are and the first 3 pillars of faith, I'll be talking about the last 2 pillars of faith. The first pillar will be fasting. So every Muslim during the month of Ramadan, they do something called fasting, which is from dawn to dusk, they stay away from drinks and foods. And this is just basically showing how humble they are to their God and to showing that they are dedicated to Him. And basically, it's like just showing that they are committed to their religion. And then the last pillar I'll talk about will be charity. And showing charity basically every Muslim, at least obliged to do this like once or a couple times in their life, where they give a portion of their income to a poor or like someone that's in need, and if it ranges to their wealth. So if you're not making that much money, you don't have to give like money. You can just give out like good behavior towards other people, and just act nice towards other people, and helping your neighbor out. So now that I talked about the Quran and what the 5 pillars of faith are, and gone into detail on each one, I want to conclude that Islamophobia is very high in this nation, and it is happening today. And by explaining what Islam is to a class setting of college students like this, it will slowly take away that misperception and tension people may have with it, and it'll also separate an individual's acts that might not be good with a religion, and it'll separate the two. Just because someone might be a certain religion doesn't mean that everyone in that subject is like that. So I like to take that away slowly by talking about what Islam is, and people should definitely be educated on one of the biggest religions in the world. Thank you.